All right, another day working on this roof rack. Kind of ending stage. There's one more rail to cut and to fit it on the rack, and then I'll need to clean it all up and seal it one more time with the sealer. But that's how it's coming along. The corners, this is just brass pipe corners, 90-degree elbows. This corners, just like in the front, I'm going to cut it at 45-degree angle and then round it off just to kind of make it flow. The pegs for the rails will need some work too. They didn't come out even one to another. But at this point it's just going to be fit and finish things. I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's strong enough, it's light. Can't wait to put it on the vehicle. Yeah, the only problem with putting it on is the brackets. The Rain got brackets for Land Cruiser are on back order. I ordered it from one of the four-wheel drive parts hardware or something like that, and when I was ordering it online I was under impression they have them in stock, but then they send me email they'll have to be manufactured to order, so probably will take another week or so before they will get here. Of course, I forgot to charge my cordless drill yesterday, so I have to work with this electric one. And it's not as convenient. Alright, finishing up the rails. Just 3 more screws to tighten them. Like I said before, I ran out of battery juice on the cordless drill. I'm too lazy to go and start the generator. I don't have power in my shop yet. I'll have to run it this summer. So doing it by hand, the old-fashioned way. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm pretty happy the way it's coming out. I should have bought countersink for this rails, as a matter of fact, for all of it, but Walmart didn't have it, and I didn't want to stop by at the supply store, so I'm kind of compressing it with the screw, make it flat, actually countersink it a little bit, which I'm going to end up sealing it with polyurethane in order for the water not to start accumulating in screws and in this depression here. So yeah, I guess after this I'm going to, there's some of the gaps around these pegs, not very small, probably about 1/8 of an inch on average, but I want to fill it with glue, and that way in the winter time the water is not going to accumulate there and freeze up. And after I do that, I think I'm just gonna wipe it with a damp cloth, maybe sand it slightly, especially the frame, and then put a couple of coats of polyurethane. And the last one. Eventually, probably, I don't know, I might have time to do it now, before the trip, but I'm thinking of reinforcing the corners of the frame, and I haven't decided how I'm gonna go about it. I might just cut a corner piece of wood to fit there and put it on glue, or ideally if I could find copper stock and cut some kind of brackets, that would be ideal, but I don't know if I want to spend that much effort. And it's plenty strong, but just additional rigidity wouldn't hurt. Also, I'd like to come up with some kind of bracketry for the pegs, because when things will get tied to the rail with the bungees or straps, there's going to be force that will try to kind of I mean, it's strong enough between the rails, the corners, all the pegs are on glue and screws. It's plenty strong, but if it's something heavy like, say, a gas can or something, that's full, and on the bumps going over the rocks, I think I would like to get it a little bit more rigid and stronger. I don't know, I'll have to think about it some more, see what I'll be able to come up with. Alright, another issue that I'm running into is this, because the rail is flat on one side, it creates a gap here in the elbow. So what I'm going to do about that is take a piece of rail, cut top off, and then just fit it in there with wood glue holding it in. So I'll try to plug it in with a piece of wood. Alright, in order to do that, what I've done is I took a piece of rail, glued glued it to this 2x4 in order to keep it square, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make the cut about the width of that opening, that gap, and if I have to, I will just file to make it fit. But that's